back here at the Highlander Activity Network and the Highlander Activity Center. Our final game of our triple header here today, and so far Valley City has done well. The freshmen, they were winners over Fargo North, 50-26. The junior varsity, they just defeated Devils Lake 60-51, and now it's the varsity. And again, this game, any indication, could be a dandy. The last time these two teams got together back in December, it went to overtime, and it was an 81-76 win for Devils Lake. In that game, Devils Lake had a big lead. The Highliners came back late in the half, and late in the second half, Carson Eggert's three-pointer tied the game, sent it to overtime. And the Highlanders at one point led 72-71 in the extra session, but then a 10-4 run by Devils Lake to end that overtime. Finished it final 81-76. Adam Bitts had 21 points in that game. Carson Eggert 16, and Andrew Bernstein and Zach Sikor each had 14. And Ben Heilman, he had a great game, 27 points and 12 rebounds, leading Valley City. Time now for our national anthem, then we'll get into our starting lineups.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the introduction of today's starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Devils Lake Firebirds.
Here was our national anthem, played by the
sophomore, number one,
Some Band, not the Highlander Pep Band. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Firebirds of Devils Lake, and they come in with a 3-8 record on the season, and they are 3-9 overall, 3-8 in the EDC. They will go like this, starting at a guard, a 6'1" sophomore, Drew Hofstad. Hayden Hofstad, the senior guard, 6 foot, starting on the other side for Devils Lake. Ben Heilman, he is a senior, 6 foot guard. He had the 27-point, 12-rebound game when these two teams met earlier. Oliver Wirth, the freshman, forward, 6'5", and it is Parker Brodina, the freshman forward, 6'3", the starting lineup for the Firebirds. Drew Hofstad, Hayden Hofstad, Oliver Wirth, Ben Heilman, and Parker Brodina. Dustin Brodina, the head coach of the Firebirds, assisted by Kirk Baith, Eric Kuntz, and Nick Kreil. Now for Valley City, and they will go with their starters. Andrew Bernstein, the 6'4" senior, starting at a wing. Adam Bitts at the point. He is a senior, 6 foot. Aiden Jacobson, the 6 foot junior, at a guard. Also Callahan Burchell, the forward, 6'3" junior, and Zach Sikora, the forward sophomore, 6'1". Bernstein, Bitts, Jacobson, Peterson, Burchell, and Sikora, the starting lineup for Valley City. And head coach Alex Quist, Jake Skelly, Jake Palmer, and Cameron Steckler, the assistant coaches for Valley City. Highliners coming in with a record of 0-11 in the conference, 0-12 overall, coming off a 60-51 loss last night in the game up in Fargo at Fargo South. And last time out, Devils Lake, they too played last night, lost 79-66 to West Fargo Cheyenne. Again, they come in with a record of 3-9 overall, 3-8 in the EDC. Our officials for this game, Jacob Schleck, Rob Marshall, and Ron Nudell. Our officiating crew, Devils Lake in their fiery red uniforms with the black numerals and yellow lettering. Highlanders, of course, in the home whites. And the Highlander blue numerals and lettering. The tip comes down. It's taken by Devils Lake. They will start on offense, working from our left to right. Top of the key, Hofstad. On the near wing, watched there by Bitts. Kick pass into the far corner. Hayden Hofstad here to the near side. Heilman for three, off the mark. Rebound, went off with sets of hands. Last one, the Firebirds. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Valley City basketball. A 21-point effort for Adam Bitts. That was part of that stretch where he had 3 games in a row of over 20 points. And there's the steal. Hofstad coming up with the steal and the layup.
Basket by Hayden Hofstad.
So Hayden Hofstad gets the steal and the bucket. And they draw first blood 2-0. Full court press here by Devils Lake. Bitts here on the near side comes across the timeline. Triple team, gets it off to Bernston. Andrew at the logo, back to Bitts. Near side Burchell, dribble drive in the lane, off the glass for 2. Cal Burchell inside, strong for 2. And they are tied 2-2. Here's Hofstad on the near side, goes up top of the key, Hofstad to Hofstad. Dribble drive there by Brodina. Cut off on the baseline. Back onto the wing to Heilman. Heilman, a couple of dribbles, back up top to Hofstad. Hofstad here in the right wing. Cross court, 3-pointer from the far corner, off the mark. Hofstad clears out the rebound, and they get a fresh 30. And Brodina top of the key, far side. You have Drew and Hayden Hofstad. This is Hayden, dribble drive, and a foul called on the dribble drive. That'll be Bitts' first team. And inbounds on the baseline. Brought into the corner. Hofstad, left of the lane, picked up the dribble. Top of the key. Brodina for 3. Swish. Parker Brodina knocks down the 3 ball. 5-2. Advantage to the Firebirds. 16-10 here in the half. There's a steal off the inbounds and the layup for Ben Heilman for 2. 7-2 Firebirds. Jacobson in the backcourt needing some serious help. He finally gets it off the Bitts, and Bitts flies into the front court. Across the timeline, left-hand hip-high dribble. Here to Jacobson. Jacobson to the free throw line. The runner with the left hand off the mark. Bitts with the rebound. Circles back around. Baseline jump. Nope. Fade away. Doesn't go. Out of bounds. Off the hands of Burchell. It'll be Firebird basketball. So Devils Lake will get control with 15:44 remaining here in the first half, leading 7-2. We were tied briefly at 2. Now a 5-0 run. Highlanders into 2-2-1 press. Hofstad pass into the front court near side. As he gets it up ahead to Wirth. The freshman, 3-pointer from the right wing off the mark. Long rebound into the hands of Heilman. He goes back up with the right hand, no, but he's going to get some free throws. So Ben Heilman will go to the line and shoot 2. Second team foul on Valley City. And that foul at the line is Heilman. Burchell picks up his first. Free throw, good. And that is the first foul on Burchell. Second team. 8-2 at Devils Lake. And the right-hander's free throw up and good. 4 for Heilman. 9-2 Devils Lake. Pressure in the backcourt. Bernston breaks it to Sikora. Sikora all the way down. Stops. Gets his man in the air. Layup. No. Rebound Firebirds. Back over near side Heilman. Heilman comes into the front court. Crossover dribble on the elbow. Far side to Hofstad. Hofstad to Brodina up top. Heilman will set the offense. Dribbles here to the near wing. Back up top Brodina. Far side Hofstad. And the Hofstad boys playing catch on the left wing. Right now it's Hayden up top to Brodina. Dribble drive, wanted to go through a double team. 8 on the shot clock. Up top to Wirth. 3-pointer there. 5 on the shot clock, and he knocks it down. Oliver Wirth with the 3-pointer as the shot clock was winding down. 10-0 run here by the Firebirds. They lead at 12-2. Bernston on the far wing. Up top to Bitts. Here to the near side, Sikora. Dribble drive, left of the lane. Strong to the hole. No. Rebound tip. Burchell up. Good. Foul counted. So Burchell now with 4. And the foul called on Wirth, his first team. Or Heilman, actually. That is his first team.
Substitution number 23, Wyland Malone.
And so Wiley DeLorme now will check in the lineup. A 6'4 sophomore, young team here for Devils Lake. Free throw up and no for Burchell. As they have Hayden Hofstad and Ben Heilman as their seniors. That's it. Junior, sophomore dominated with a freshman, Brodina and Worth here in the starting lineup. Dustin Brodina, first year as the head coach, and now he wants to talk it over. Timeout, Devils Lake. 14:21 to go here in the first half. 12-4 Firebirds with the lead. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Thank you to Dakota Bank for sponsoring the new Highlander Superfans coach for today's basketball game. Dakota Bank provides banking, insurance, mortgage, and trust.
$14 minutes, 21 seconds to go here in the opening half. Valley City and Devils Lake varsity game, our third game of the day here from the Hack. 12-4 advantage right now to Devils Lake. That bucket by Burchell snapped the 10-0 run. Passed inside, Work. Back into the wing. Brodina for three. Off the rim, high, rattles around, can't get it to go. 4 Highlanders around the net. Burchell clears off the board, gets it off the Bitts. That's number 2 for Callahan. Now coming across, Adam Bitts. Right-hand dribble, top of the key to Bernston. Andrew, man-to-man defense here by the Firebirds. Burchell off to Sikora. Down low, Bernston, little baby hook, good. Andrew Bernston with the bucket. Now the Highlanders with the last 2 buckets, down by 6, 12-6. Brodina in the front court. The freshman kicks it into the corner. 3-pointer on the way by Worth. No, rebound Bernston went off his head, or actually I think went off of Bitts' head. Here's a 3-pointer Worth from the free throw line, or a 2-pointer. And a rebound, Jacobson. Hayden into the front court to Sikora. Looking down low, it's not there. So he holds on, gets it back on the wing to Jacobson. Hayden up top to Bitts. Bitts, far side, Sikora. 3-pointer from the left, right wing, good! Zach Sikora knocking down the triple. And just like that, a 7-0 run by the Highlanders. Down 12-9. Brodina on the far side to Worth, back to Brodina. Top of the key to Hofstad, near side Hofstad, drew to Hayden. Now back to Brodina. Dribble drive in the lane. Parker Brodina around Sikora. Shot no. Tip Bernston, grabs his own rebound. Here's Bernston into the front court. All the way down right of the lane. Over to Burchell, lines up to 3. He'll take it. Goes off the rim. Rebound off the hands of Hofstad. It'll be Highlander ball. All right, Rockford will check back in. Also back in is Carson Eggert and Will Eggert. And for Devils Lake, Heilman back in. And Sam Inget checking in. Inbounds comes right into Eggert. Shot no. Rebound is controlled by Heilman. Here's Ben Heilman back into the front court, all the way down. Crossover dribble in the lane, and Ari Bratrud got in his way and caused the travel. Ari just stood there and caused the travel. And the turnover gives the ball back over to Valley City with 12:28 remaining here in the first half. 12-9 at Devils Lake. Here's Carson Eggert. Again, he had that big 3-pointer against the Firebirds in Devils Lake. And 16 points in that overtime loss in December. Here's Bratrud, double pumps, goes up strong and two. Ari Bratrud. That's something Coach Quiz talked about. Ari's got to be a little bit more unselfish. He likes to kick it back out when it comes down to him. Tell him, you got to go up strong, big fella. And he did there, and he's got 2. And the Highlanders on a 9-0 run cut the lead to 1. Wiley DeLorme in the lineup again. Here's the 3-pointer from the far corner, and good by Drew Hofstad. So Hofstad knocks down the 3-pointer. That stops that 9-0 run. It's 15-11, Devils Lake. Half-court line coming across Eggert. Here, gives it near side. Carson to Will. You got lots of brothers on the floor here on both sides. Here's Sikora. Only one on the Highlander side. Sikora circling around, picks up the dribble. Up top, Eggert, fouled by Drew Hofstad. His first. Team foul number 2. And the inbounds will be right in front of the Devils Lake bench on the far sideline. 15-11. Firebirds up by 4. 11:24 remaining. Parker Brodina in. And inbounds right between the bench and the scorer's table. Will Eggert will trigger it in for Valley City. And Will looking, brings it into Sikora. Zach dribble drive, strong to the hole, left hand no. Broadroot had the rebound, it was knocked away, and a foul call. Ari was right there, got the rebound. Foul going to be called against Sam Inget. That'll be his first.
Fouls on Sam Inget. That's his first personal, third team foul.
And team foul number 3. Inbounds, Eggert will bring it in. To Sikora, left corner. Circles around, off the elbow. Gets it up top of the key. Here's Will Eggert for 3. Comes up short. Long rebound, had his own, and he is fouled going after the loose ball. Drew Hofstad just picked up his second personal.
Fouls on Drew Hofstad. That's his second personal.
And it'll go back over to the Highliners. That's the 14th foul on Firebirds. And with 11:10 to go here in the first half, Valley City will have the inbounds right in front of the scorer's table. Now here, Will Eggert comes across the logo. Pass off to Sikora. Here the near side. All alone, Broadroot inside, missed the bunny, and he couldn't get the rebound. Oh, Ari had a wide open look, couldn't get it to fall. Here's Heilman into the front court. Back here near side, Hofstad. Dribble drive baseline. Pass it top of the key, Brodina. Brodina, left of the lane. Picks up the dribble, tried to pass it out right before it got to half court. Grabbed there by DeLorme. Here's a three-pointer by Brodina. No. Rebound tipped in the hands, and Heilman controls in the near corner with Sikora on him. Puts his shoulder down and bumping and grinding. And they're going to say Sikora got a little bit too aggressive. So Zach will pick up his first personal foul.
Zachary Sikora, that's his first personal, third team.
So the inbounds will be on the baseline. Team foul number 3 on Valley City. Cal Burchell, Adam Bitts back in the lineup for Valley City. Inbounds will be on the baseline here near side. And Heilman brings it up top. Worth, the freshman, near side, Hofstad. Hayden, back up top of the key. Enget, back to Heilman. Heilman, dribble drive, no look pass, beautiful pass, Rodea. He missed the bunny. Rebound out of bounds over by the cheerleaders. It'll be Highlander ball. Well, Valley City will get the ball back down by 4 with 10:23 remaining here in the first half. Inbounds, backcourt. Eggert gets it off to Bitts. Now Bitts starts up the floor. Pass to no one in the near corner. It goes out of bounds. He was hoping that Eggert was going to be there. It wasn't. And the turnover will give it back over to Devils Lake. Andrew Bernstein back in the lineup. And the Highliners, again, missed an opportunity. Here the near side, Brodina. Oh, he had Enget wide open underneath. Didn't pass. Shot, no. Rebound, Heilman. Heilman underneath, Brodina. Layup, good. 5 for Parker Brodina. Heilman with his second assist. Both have been on Brodina buckets. Here the near side, Bernstein. Right at the free throw line, Andrew. Near wing, Adam Bitts for 3. Off the rim, long rebound, grabbed by Enget. He'll turn and give it back to Hayden Hofstad. He'll bring it up the floor. Slowly across the timeline, right hand hip high dribble. Hofstad on the elbow, Enget. Enget near side, Heilman. 3-pointer from the right wing. No, rattles out. And Bernstein with the long arms gets the rebound for Valley City. Andrew into the front court. And off-balance shot, tried to draw contact, got the contact, no whistle, missed the shot. He could have almost done a step back and just done a jump shot, I think. Here's Heilman in the front court, off the elbow. Enget, right of the lane. He's got 3 Highlanders around him. Left-hand hook, no. Rebound tipped onto the wing to Hofstad. Hofstad then started in, and a foul going to be called on Valley City.
Valley City foul on Will Eggert. That's his first personal.
And that will be on Will Eggert. That'll be his first 14th foul for Will Eggert.
Returning from Firebirds,
Enget out. And Worth back in. Oliver Worth, the freshman. He, along with Parker Brodina, 2 freshmen that are in the starting lineup. Here's Parker with the ball, top of the key. Spin move at the free throw line. Kicks it out. Heilman, left wing for 3. No. Rebound, out of bounds, off the hands of Birch. It'll stay with Devils Lake. Early on, 1 for 4 for the Highliners from behind the arc. 3 for 11 for Devils Lake. Up top, DeLorme in the lane. Spin, tipped away, got it back. Goes up, scoop shot, no. Burchell on the floor. DeLorme gets it back to Heilman. His shot up and good. Heilman's got 6. And neither team shooting particularly well. Devils Lake 32% here early on. Valley City 31%. 19-11. Devils Lake up by 8. That is, biggest lead was 10 early on. There's a foul called on Brodina. Parker Brodina will get his first. That is team foul number 5.
15 foul.
And the inbounds on the far side. Bernston lobbing it in. Burchell catch in the lane. Goes up strong, short. Brodina rebound. Devils Lake back the other way. Parker, far side to Lorem. Back to Brodina. Now to Heilman. In the corner. Hopstead for 3. Misfires. Coming in. Rebound. Grabbed by Bitts. Went over the hands of DeLorme. Down court pass. Eggert. Eggert circles around. It was a 1-on-3. Here's Carson from the wing. Rims out. And then the rebound is controlled by Worth. And Devils Lake will slow things down a little bit. Hofstad comes across the timeline, watched by Bitts. Top of the key to Worth. And he gets it over to Heilman, goes off his foot, and back into the backcourt. It's over and back. Or it went out of bounds either way. It'll be a turnover. And Valley City basketball. Timeout, Highliners. 7 minutes, 48 seconds left to go here in the first half. Devils Lake leading at 19-11. We're back with more Highliner basketball on the Highliner Activity Network.
Varsity Dentistry wants to wish the best of luck to the Highlanders in today's game. Dr. Karen Bird and Dr. Tessa McGee and the staff of Varsity Dentistry would love to see you.
Seven minutes, 48 seconds remaining here in the first half. Valley City and Devils Lake varsity basketball. Highliners up, trailing 19-11. But they have the basketball inbounding in front of the scorers table. Bitts brings it in to Eggert, and Will gets it back to Bitts. Here's Bernston on the near side. Back to Carson Eggert, over to Will, or to Bitts. Lobbing it, Callahan, catch, layup, too hard. Rebound grabbed by Worth for the Devils Lake Firebirds. And to Brodina. Parker Brodina to Hopstead. Up top. Near side, Brodina. Back inside Worth. Over to Heilman. Quick pass, near corner. Hopstead for 3. No. Long rebound off the hands of Heilman into the hands of DeLorme. Here to the near side, Hayden Hopstead. Hayden back to Heilman. Top of the key, Brodina. Inside Worth. Back over to Heilman. One thing I noticed too, Devils Lake, they do quick passes. There's a pass inside. Strong to the hole. Layup Brodina. Good. 7 for Brodina. Another assist for Heilman. That's his third. And it's a 10-point lead, equaling the biggest of the game for Devils Lake, 21-11. On the far side, Bitts lost the handle. Picked up, Heilman coming down. Kicks it off, over to Worth, layup good. Oliver Worth now has 5. Here's Bitts far side, into the front court to Bernston. Andrew, up top to Eggert. Carson, dribble drive, right of the lane. And then he is fouled. And that will be on Worth. Oliver will pick up his first. 16th foul.
16 foul. Checking back in for the
Zach Sikora and Aiden Jacobson back in. So the starters on the floor for the Highliners. Burchell, Sikora, Bitts, Jacobson, and Bernston. Heilman, DeLorme, Worth, Brodina, and Hayden Hopstead on the floor. There's a rebound by Burchell off the miss. Burchell near corner. He'll take a three-pointer off the heel. And then the rebound, Hayden Hopstead controls for Devils Lake. He'll bring it up the floor. Comes across the timeline. Right-hand hip-high dribble. As we approach 6 minutes remaining. Pass free throw line. Worth, quick jumper off the back iron. And Burchell skies and grabs another rebound. Callahan gets it up ahead. Jacobson saw a seam into the corner. Sikora for 3, and that's an air ball. Highlanders right now are having trouble shooting. And hitting the deck there hard with DeLorme and Bernston. Incidental contact. Heilman comes up the floor. And the pass high, but controlled by Worth here in the near wing. Now back to Heilman. Into the corner, Hopstead. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dribble drive, DeLorme. Back here near side, Hofstad for three. Rims out. Rebound, Burchell controls for Valley City. Cal with his fifth rebound. Down court, all the way Bitts. High off the glass, no. Sikora with the rebound underneath. Near corner, Jacobson. He'll line up the three-pointer and take it. That grazes off the rim. And then Heilman has it, and they'll slow things down. Well, back to the way. Devils Lake comes, still leading by 12. That's their biggest lead of the game, 23-11. Highlanders right now 1 of 9 from behind the arc, and we've got a timeout taken by Coach Brodina of Devils Lake. 23-11, advantage to the Firebirds. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Four minutes, 57 seconds to go here in the first half. 23-11, Devils Lake leading by 12. That's their biggest lead. Firebirds 32% right now, 9 of 28. Highlanders struggling, 5 of 24, 21%. Just 1 of 9 from behind the arc. Firebirds 3 of 15, 20%. Turnovers, 4 for Valley City, 1 for Devils Lake. Inside, Engett clicks it onto the wing. Hofstad back to Engett, who came in out of that timeout. Near wing, down the corner, Heilman. And the shot clock went off. I don't think they got it in time. They did not. Shot clock violation on Devils Lake. So that is the second turnover on the Firebirds. Right now, 11-2 run here by Devils Lake, taking this 12-point lead. Bernson will trigger the inbounds for the Highlanders. Brings it in. Backcourt, Bitts, back to Bernston. Here to the near side, Carver Peterson checking in out of the break. Back to Bernston. Into the lane. Bernston takes up the dribble. Turnaround, baby hook, off the mark. And out of bounds and off of Carver Peterson. And it will be Devils Lake basketball. And Hofstad across the timeline to Worth. Heilman up top. Hofstad on the elbow. And the ball knocked away. Got it back. Pass inside. Tipped there by Peterson. Now DeLorme back up top to Hofstad. Near side, Heilman. In the corner, Worth. Hounded there by a couple of Highlanders. One of them, Adam Bitts, and he is called for the foul. Nope. I'm going to say Carver Peterson. His first. So the first team foul, or first foul on Peterson.
Carver Peterson, that's his first personal
15. Brodina back in the lineup here for Devils Lake. 23-11. 12-point lead for the Firebirds. Unbound, top of the key. DeLorme will take the three, rims out. Bernston gets the rebound for Valley City. Back into the front court. Andrew on the wing from Peterson. Off the elbow, right of the lane. Shot up, rolls and goes for Andrew Bernston. Bernston's got 4. And back 23-13 to a 10-point game. Pass in the lane, Brodina. Brodina, far corner. Three-pointer there by DeLorme. Good. Knocking down the three ball. The Wiley DeLorme, the sophomore with the three ball. 26-13. 13-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's Jacobson up top. Near side. Andrew Bernston left alone for 3. Off the rim, off the back iron. Sikora had it, hits the deck. Ball still loose. Grabbed by Heilman. Heilman dribbling up the floor. Tipped from behind by Peterson out of bounds. And that will bring Carson Eggert, Callahan Burchell, and Ari Brotrud into the lineup for Valley City. 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in half number 1. 26-13. When these two teams met in Devils Lake, it was 32-32 at the half. Game went to overtime again, 81-76, won by the Firebirds. Up top, near side, Heilman. For Devils Lake, dribbles in, back to the basket, onto the wing, DeLorme. Going through, hop, skip, and a jump, layup, no. Burchell with rebound number 6. Callahan will bring it up the floor. Comes across the logo, right-hand dribble. Pass, Ari Broadroot alone for the layup. Ari snuck behind the defense and gets the bucket. He's got 4. That equals in with Burchell and Bernston for team leader. Here's Brodina, dribble drive against Ari. Ari didn't want to take the charge, and the bucket there by Brodina. He's got 9. 28-15. Ari was hoping to get a charge, but a nice job of body control actually there by Brodina. There's a ball tipped and out of bounds. They say it actually went off of Valley City. Sam Engett will come back into the lineup here for the Firebirds. And I'm going to bring it up the floor. 2:22 remaining here in half number 1. 28-15, advantage to the Firebirds. Cross-court pass, a little high for Engett. And it went out of bounds as it hit Coach Quist on the sidelines. Alex in his 3rd season as the head coach of Valley City. Engett into the backcourt. He'll come across. Off the elbow, Burchell. Takes one dribble, gives it to Jacobson. Hayden circles around on the wing, back up top to Eggert. Will on the elbow, back to Jacobson. 13 on the shot clock. Runner in the lane, left-hand shot, doesn't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Worth, and here comes Devils Lake back to the way, leading by 13 with 1:47 remaining in the first half. Hyman up top, DeLorme, Engett, far corner, three-pointer Brodina, rainbow 3, and the ball falls into the lap of Aiden Jacobson, grabbing his 2nd rebound. Into the front court. Jacobson, junior up top, looking to his right, hounded there by Brodina, gets it off to Eggert. Eggert into the far corner, Will to Carson. Carson on the right wing, 12 on the shot clock. Broadroot, top of the key. Broadroot hands it off to Eggert, 8 on the shot clock. Eggert looking for a pick, trying to get around Broadroot. Pass here near side to Burchell. Burchell driving through, layup good, blocking foul, count it. Oh, now hang on. There was 2 seconds on the shot clock when Burchell went up. Count the bucket for Callahan. He's got 6. Strong move by Callahan Burchell on the baseline. And the foul called against Heilman. That is his 2nd, 17th foul. So Cal at the line to try to complete the 3-point play, and does. 7 points for Callahan Burchell. 28-18. Shot clock was winding down. He got it in the corner with about 3 seconds on the shot clock and laid it up with 1 second to go. Burchell, inside pass, alone, layup to Lorne for 2. 5 assists now for Heilman, and DeLorme with 5 points. 30-18, Devils Lake. Burchell circles around in the paint against Worth. Layup no, but a foul called. And Callahan will go to the line after Oliver Worth picked up his 2nd personal foul. So Burchell, who just hit a free throw, will go to the line. He's got 7 points. That is team foul number 8 on Devils Lake. Burchell, free throw up, and no, misses the free throw. He's got another one. He's got 7 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of assists. The junior, 6'3". Free throw up and rolls off. Rebound grabbed by Heilman, flying into the front court. Ben Heilman all the way down, trying to go coast to coast. Layup no. Far corner, rebound controlled by Eggert. Final half minute here of the first half. Into the front court, Burchell. Here on the left wing, backing his way in. Double team. Engett ties him up. Possession arrow will give it over to Devils Lake. So the Firebirds will get the alternate possession. 28.6 seconds remaining here in the first half. 30-18. Devils Lake with the lead and the basketball. Shot clock off. They can go for the final shot. Heilman on the far wing. Up top, DeLorme, 3-pointer from there. Off the rim, high rebound, out of bounds. It will be a Valley City ball. So the inbounds for the Highliners, 12 seconds remaining. Near side, Eggert. Eggert comes across the timeline. 5 seconds to go. Eggert here to the near wing. Birchall hits the deck hard, and a foul going to be called on Sam Engett. That'll be his second. Now Callahan Birchall will go back to the free throw line. Shooting 1-1. Cal 1 for 3 at the line. 7 points, 6 rebounds. Takes a deep breath, sends it up and off. Rebound, Heilman grabs it, starts up the floor, inside half court at the horn, off the glass, and no, it would have counted had it gone. Your score at halftime, it's Devils Lake 30 and Valley City 18. We're back with our halftime show here from the Hack. This is Highlander Basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Basket by Lee Nielsen. Basket by Jack Olfringer. Three-point basket by Brock Berto. Basket by Lane Nielsen. Outstanding game, Little Letters, thank you. Devil's Lake, Drew Hudson.
Back here at the Highlander Activity Center, just watch some of the youth play and the youngsters playing here at halftime. A couple of good shots, three-pointers. It was fun to watch. I could never dribble like that at that age. I guarantee you that right now. Of course, in Minnesota, I was expected to play hockey at that age. Let's take a look at the stat line here from the first half. First for Devils Lake. Parker Berdino with 9 points leading the way. Ben Heilman, boy, pretty good stat line here for the first half. 6 points, 6 assists, 9 rebounds, couple of steals, and he's selling popcorn here at the half. Oliver Worth has 5 points to go along with 5 rebounds. Wiley DeLome with 5 points. Drew Hofstad has 3. Hayden Hofstad with 2. For Valley City, Cal Burchell with 7, along with 6 rebounds and a couple of assists. 4 points from Andrew Bernston. Ari Brodrud with 4. Zach Sikora with 3 points through that first half. Taking a look at the team numbers, Devils Lake 12 for 37, 32% from the floor. Valley City 8 of 31, 26%. And from three-point land, 4 of 20, 20% for the Firebirds, 1 for 10 for Valley City. At the free throw line, 2 for 2, 100% for Devils Lake. Valley City 1 for 5 at the charity stripe. Rebounds 28 to 18 in favor of Devils Lake. 10-8 in the assist department. Steals 4-0 for Devils Lake. And turnovers, both teams have taken pretty good care of the basketball. 4 turnovers for the Highlanders and 3 for Devils Lake in that first half. So your score at the break, it is 30 to 18, advantage to Devils Lake, leading by 12. Again, earlier today, the freshmen, they took on Fargo North. They were winners, 50 to 26. And also the junior varsity team, they defeated Devils Lake 60 to 51 in our triple header here today from the Highlander Activity Network. A full day of basketball on this Saturday. And we'll have more coming up again here on Tuesday, taking a look at what is on the horizon on the Highland Activity Center. We'll have a triple header again here on Tuesday. The JV boys play Fargo Shanley. That game scheduled for 4:15. And then the varsity boys at 7:15. And we'll have junior high basketball versus Central Cass over in the North Gym. That's on Tuesday. Girls basketball, C-Squad against Lisbon here on Thursday. And then next Friday, boys against Red River. They will have the boys and girls. It'll be a doubleheader. And we'll have JV boys at 4:15, varsity girls at 5:45, and varsity boys at 7:30. And then don't forget, there's a triangular going on here at the Hack. 6 games next Saturday, and they'll use the full court, a full day of basketball with junior high basketball here next Saturday. Valley City will start the second half with the ball, and Zach Sikora three-pointer comes up a little bit short. Brodina grabs the rebound, and back to the way, Devils Lake leading 30-18. And here's Homestead having some problems. He had three Highlanders around him. Ball was tipped, and the loose ball picked up by Jacobson. Bounce pass up ahead. Burchell layup good. Nice pass there by Aiden Jacobson. And Callahan Burchell with the bucket. He's got 9. Pass down court, Homestead. Double team, lost it in the lane, picked up there by Jacobson. Highlander defense. Back to the way, Burchell. Thought about the three, doesn't shoot. Cross court, Sikora. He'll give it off to Bitts. Adam had 21 against the Firebirds in December. Has yet to score tonight. Up top of the key again. Burchell left alone for three. Back iron, too hard. Then it hit again. Bernston had the rebound, but it was tipped out of his hands. And Heilman will bring it up the floor. Ben Heilman in the front court. Ball tipped, stolen. And Adam Bitts with the steal. Bitts, he's got Jacobson with him. Layup, no. Tip Jacobson, no. But a foul going to be called on Devils Lake. We'll send Adam Bitts to the free throw line. And will be on Drew Hofstad. That is his third. And the first team foul. So Bitts at the line, trying to get on the board for the first time here in this one. Free throw up, still looking. Too hard off the back iron. Adam Bitts, the senior. Free throw, good. Tucker Orner, Andrew Bernston, Adam Bitts, the three seniors on this Highlander roster. Adam gets 1 out of 2, 30-21. Devils Lake with the lead in the basketball. On the far side, in the lane, Hofstad. Near side, Brodina for 3. Hits the rim, long rebound. Bernston had it, but Delorme grabs it, shovels it off. Shot up, no, off the mark. And then a loose ball picked up by Bitts for Valley City. Over to Sikora. And now Zach gets it up ahead. Jacobson far side. Aiden will zip things up. Top of the key. Bitts. Adam holds the ball over his head. Hounded there by Brodina. Now off to Sikora. Sikora just off the left elbow. Dribble drive in the lane. Gets his man in the air. Turn around, air ball. And then the ball went off the hands of Burchell and into the hands of Heilman. Heilman in the front court for Devils Lake. To Brodina. Brodina watched by Bitts. Off to Worth. Now to Delorme, who starts the second half. Well, Hofstad did, and he's still on the floor with his 3 fouls. 8 on the shot clock. Far side, Brodina for 3, air ball. And Bitts right there gets the rebound. Pass up ahead to Sikora. Sikora going in around Worth. Too hard. Rebound back by Burchell. Almost a putback jam. And couldn't get good control of the basketball. And the ball comes back over to Devils Lake. Homestead into the front court. That's Drew, the sophomore, 6'1". Far side, back up top to Homestead. Near side, Delorme. Delorme to the elbow. Brodina left of the lane. Plows into Burchell, and an offensive foul called against Parker Brodina. That'll be his second team foul. 15-11 to go here in the second half. The ball will go over to Valley City, trailing by 9. They have scored the only 3 here in the second half. 30-21. Bitts into the front court. Far side, Bernston to Burchell. Turn around, shot up, short again. Rebound, Brodina. You wonder, after playing last night, if the legs are going to start getting rubbery. On the far side, Hofstad up top, Brodina. Both these teams, though, did play last night. Brodina, dribble drive. Here's a little teardrop inside. No, Sikora gets the rebound. Back off the Bitts. Bitts into the front court, all the way down. Saw a seam, layup good. An extra burst by Adam Bitts. He's got 3. And the Highlanders on a 5-0 run to start the second half. Cut the lead to 7, 30-23. And there's a reach-in foul on Bitts. Adam picking up his second. Team foul number 1 on Valley City. Sam Engett now will check into the lineup.
25, Sam Engett.
14-24 left to go here in the second half. Inbounds into the backcourt. Wiley Delorme, the sophomore. On the far side, Hofstad tried to shuffle it off to Worth, and that went all the way through and out of bounds And the turnover gives it back over to Valley City. And Jacobson with the inbounds on the far side. Here comes Adam Bitts across the timeline. Gets it off. Zakora. Bernston posting up. Turnaround jump hook off the mark. Well, the Highlanders just cannot buy a basket right now. 10 of 39 for the game. Now Hofstad into the front court. Make that 10 of 40, 25% after that miss. Hofstad, pass inside, ball tipped, loose ball picked up by Sikora. Sikora into the front court. Stops in the left wing, takes a three-pointer and knocks it down. Zach Sikora with his second three. It's an 8-0 run to start the second half for the Highliners, 30-26. On the far side, Hofstad off the elbow, top of the key, Heilman. Gives it near side to Lorne, back up top to Heilman, in the lane Worth. Far side Hofstad for three, and he counters.
3-point basket.
Drew Hofstad counters with his second three. Pass down court was tipped, but in the hands of Sikora. So that 8-0 run stopped there by that three-pointer. 33-26, Devils Lake. Here's Engett into the front court to the free throw line. Near side to Lorne. Three-pointer from there, good. 8 for Wiley DeLorme. 36-26, just like that. Back to a 10-point game. Bitts into the front court to Bernston. Bernston, far corner. Sikora for three, left side, off the front of the rim. Heilman flying through, grabs the rebound, his 10th. Heilman into the front court. All the way down behind the back pass. Three-pointer there, good on the three ball by Oliver Worth. Coach Quist, I think thinking about a timeout here, as that is now 39-26. They are back up after a quick 9-0 run. Shot by Burchell doesn't go. And the rebound out of bounds. They're going to call a foul, I think, there on Andrew Bernston. That's going to bring Reese Krewald into the lineup. Andrew's going to pick up his first second team foul. So Carson and Will Eggert in. Reese Krewald in. And Ari Broughtroot in. So all of the starters except for Aiden Jacobson take a break. Devils Lake with the lead and the basketball. 39-26. 12-18 to go here in the second half. Into the far corner. Hofstad, pass to Brodina. Bounce pass underneath Engett. Has a couple of Highliners around him. Dribbles it out of bounds, and the turnover will give it over to Valley City. Well, Ben Heilman, he's going to be flirting with a possible triple-double today. He's got 6 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds. Here's a nice pass underneath Broughtroot off the beautiful bounce pass by Will Eggert. And Ari Broughtroot's got 6. 39-28. Back to an 11-point game. Here's Brodina near side. Cross court. Hofstad. Back to DeLorme. DeLorme dribble drive. Free throw line to Hofstad. And Drew's shot good. Drew Hofstad, his first 2-pointer. He's got 8. Now Jacobson in the backcourt for Valley City. Up ahead to Krewald. Grabbed it before it hit his coach, which would have been out of bounds. Here's Eggert. Tried to bounce pass to Broughtroot. That time defense was there. DeLorme with the steal for Devils Lake. 41-28. Firebirds with the lead. Brodina dribbling through a double team. Has 3 Highlanders around him. Goes high off the glass for 2. Timeout, Valley City. 43-28. Advantage to Devils Lake with 11:06 to go here in the second half. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Valley City full timeout.
Let's kick it.
After Valley City started the second half on an 8-0 run to get within 4, 30-26. It has been a 13-2 run now for Devils Lake to open up a 15-point lead, 43-28. Carson Eggert will bring it across the logo with the left-hand dribble. Gets it off the Will, top of the key, Jacobson. Hayden, dribble drive, right of the lane. Kicks it, oh boy, he was going to kick it into the corner, and Carson Eggert zigged when he should have zagged. And it goes out of bounds, and the turnover gives it back over to Devils Lake. 10:52 remaining here in half number 2. 43-28. Firebirds leading by 15. Up top, Brodina. Dribble drive in amongst 3 Highlanders. And we're going to have a jump ball. And I can say possession to Devils Lake. And say that Will Eggert was able to reach in on Brodina and tie him up. Inbounds, up top, grabbed by Engett. Here to the near side, Hofstad stops, pops from 18, good. Drew Hofstad now in double figures with 10. 45-28. Eggert, Jacobson, pass in the front court, Krewald. Krewald far side. On it there by Engett, gets it off to Brotrud. 15 on the shot clock. Brotrud into the corner, Krewald. High onto the wing, Jacobson, and a blocking foul called on Brodina. That'll be number 3 on Parker Brodina. And that is the 13th foul.
Parker Brodina, that is his 3rd personal 13th foul.
So the inbounds now right next to the Highlander bench. Into the backcourt, Eggert. Comes across the timeline. Into the corner, Krewald. Nice alley-oop, little pass, catch, and layup by Will Eggert. Krewald with a nice assist there. 45-30. 15-point lead for Devils Lake. On the wing, Hofstad. That's Hayden. Now to Drew. Drew goes back up top to Delorme. Delorme gives it over to Brodina. 9:40 remaining here in the second half. Hofstad at the elbow, left of the lane, back to Brodina. 10 on the shot clock. In the lane, Engett, right, left-hand shot, no. And Ari Brotrud goes up and grabs the rebound for Valley City. And he gets it off to Jacobson. He'll bring it up the floor. And it nearly lost it, but he gets it back. Brotrud, that's his first rebound. On the far side, off the elbow, gives it over Krewald. Top of the key, Jacobson. Lines up to 3, doesn't shoot. Hayden dribble drive, underneath Brotrud. Back in the far corner. Krewald for 3, short. Rebound, gland down by Hofstad. Hofstad into the front court. All the way down, that is Hayden. Did he travel? Yes. So the travel violation gives the ball back over. That'll bring Heilman back in the lineup for Devils Lake. Cal Burchell and Adam Bitts also back in for Valley City. And Oliver Worth will come back in as well for Devils Lake. Pressure in the backcourt, full court. Bitts watched by Heilman. Hop ahead, Eggert. Will comes across, pass to Carson. Carson on the right wing. Hands it off to Bitts. Adam up top of the key, directing traffic. Lobbing it down low. Grabbed by Burchell, lost it. Loose ball picked up by Hofstad. Now back to the way, Valley City. Trailing by 15, Devils Lake with the ball. 8:35 remaining. Delorme into the corner, Heilman. Ball stolen by by Eggert, but then Heilman got it back, and then a foul going to be called on one of the Eggerts. Both Will and Carson were there, and it'll be called against Will. That'll be his second. 13 foul.
That's his second personal 13 foul.
That will bring both Eggerts to the bench. Sikora and Andrew Bernstein. Krewald, the lone non-starter on the floor right now for Valley City. Here's Hofstad. Hands it off to Heilman. Heilman, dribble drive all the way in, layup off the mark. Foul call on the dribble drive. He's going to get 2 free throws. And that foul on Burchell. Or Sikora. His second, 4th team.
2 shots from the free throw line.
So Ben Heilman at the line. He is 2 for 2, 6 points. And the free throw up. Nope, rattles out.
Devils Lake substitution number 30.
Off comes Hofstad, and in comes Bo Brodina, the sophomore. Another free throw here for Heilman. Takes a deep breath, sends it up, and good. He's got 7 to go along with 7 assists and 11 rebounds. Bitts into the front court, 46-30, and we've got a timeout taken by Valley City. It is a full timeout. 8 minutes, 18 seconds left to go second half, 46-30. Advantage to Devils Lake. Back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Sorry, fans, if you're getting your YMCA groove on, we're back out of the timeout. 8 minutes, 18 seconds left to go here in the second half. Devils Lake leading 46-30. Adam Bitts inbounds to Krewall, back to Bitts. Adam, 3 points tonight at 21, back in December when these two teams got together. In the near corner, he has it, onto the wing, Bernston. Bernston driving in, kicks it back to Bitts. 10 on the shot clock. Bitts, dribble drive against Heilman, left hand off the glass, high, doesn't go. A rebound grabbed down by Worth. Worth gives it off to Heilman to Hofstad. Here's DeLorme. Double team near corner. And he's going to step out of bounds. They had defense there by Sikora and Krewald. So the turnover gives it back over to Valley City. Here's Bitts coming across the logo for the Highlanders, trailing by 16. On the near side, Sikora. And we've got an offensive foul called away from the ball against the Highlanders. And that'll be on Burchell, his second, team foul number 5. Now Bitts, Eggert, Burchell, and Sikora all with 2. There's a little teardrop in the lane. Shot doesn't fall. Burchell gets the rebound for Valley City. That's his 7th. Callahan in the front court. Sikora finds the seam. Dribble drive. Left hand layup. Good. Sikora with 8. 46-32. Pass in the far corner. And a foul called. And a timeout actually taken. 30-second timeout taken by Devils Lake. 7:10 to go here in regulation. It's Valley City trailing Devils Lake 46-32. Back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Valley City Public Schools would like to thank you for their support.
Back here at the Highlight Activity Network, Paul McDonald next to Jaden Johnson, our technical director here this afternoon on the Highlight Activity Network. Our third game today, 7:10 to go, 46-32. Devils Lake with the lead and the basketball. Heilman hounded in the backcourt. Kicks it on the wing to Hofstad. Hofstad try to go back to Heilman, knocked away by Krewald. And it will stay with Devils Lake with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounds right in front of the bench. Heilman goes cross court. Hofstad in the corner. Worth. Back outside. Stolen by Bernston. Andrew gets up ahead to Callahan. Burchell going in. Layup man. An offensive foul called against Burchell. And say he lowered the boom. And he'll pick up his 3rd personal foul. 6th team foul. That will bring Brodina back into the lineup here for Devils Lake. Parker Brodina, the freshman. And with 6:55 to go, Coach Quist is going to leave Burchell out there with his 3 fouls. With 6:50 remaining. Hofstad, near side Worth, inside Brodina. And then he was tied up by Bitts, and they're going to call a foul on Adam. And so Adam trying to plead his case to the referee, and Ron Nudell won't hear of it. That is the 3rd foul on Bitts. And the 7th team foul, so we're in the 1-1 situation now for Devils Lake. And that will send Parker Brodina to the line to shoot the 1-1. Free throw by the righty up. Rattles out, no. Burchell skies and grabs his 8th rebound. Now Bernston into the front court. To the elbow. To the lane. To Burchell. He tried the one-handed dunk and misfired. A great burst of speed on that baseline by Burchell, but just not quite high enough. Here comes Devils Lake back to the way. Brodina off the elbow left side. Gets it to Heilman. Heilman dribble drive. Kicks it onto the wing. Circling back around. Bounce pass. Baseline jumper. Worth. Good. Oliver Worth now in double figures with 10. 48-32. Here's Bernston for the Highliners. Off to Sikora. Sikora up top to Bitts. Bitts inside Burchell. Back on the wing to Krewald. Krewald back over to Bitts. Dribbling in. Adam all the way. Shot partially blocked by Heilman. Out of bounds. It will stay with Valley City. That's going to bring Aiden Jacobson and Will Eggert in. Sikora and Krewald will sit down. 5:59 left to go. Valley City trailing 48-32. Inbounds on the baseline. Bitts brings it in. Here's Will Eggert for 3, and he knocks it down. Eggert now with 5. Bitts' 2nd assist. Pass down court. Nice little touch pass by Worth into the hands of Brodina for the easy 2. So Parker Brodina now has 13. Here the near side Bernston, 50-35. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the second half. Eggert stops, pops, good. Will Eggert with 8. 50-37. Back to a baker's dozen. Highliners need to get some stops here. 5:20 remaining in the second half. Across the timeline, far side Hofstad. He has his pass tipped and out of bounds by Eggert. The inbound will be on the sideline right in front of the Firebird bench. Drew Hofstad will trigger it in. Lobbed it into the backcourt to Hayden. Gives it back to Drew. On the wing. Back to Hayden. 3-pointer. Left wing. Good. Hayden Hofstad with 5. 53-37 Devils Lake. Cross-court pass into the front court. Bitts. Sees the seam. Kicks into the corner. Bernston. Andrew dribble drive. Right hand shot up short. Rebound Heilman is 12. Heilman into the front court. On the far wing. Circles back around. 53-37. Kicks it into the corner. Hofstad gets his man in the air. Drives baseline. Kicks it top of the key. Drew Hofstad for 3. Good. 3rd 3-pointer by Drew Hofstad. He has got 13. 56-37. And Devils Lake now pulling away with 4.5 minutes to go. There's a near steal. And Hofstad goes flying into the student managers. They're sitting at the scorer's table. Easy does it there. Jordan Heck, who was sitting next to the student managers, was absolutely no help.
2-for-1 pizza till it's gone.
Checking in here for Devils Lake. Gage Meyer will check in. And Bitts has it here for Valley City. Top of the key to Jacobson. Far side, Bernston. Brotrud also checking in. He and Meyer are battling underneath. And then Brotrud can't control the entry pass. It goes out of bounds. And it will go back over to Devils Lake. Drew and Hayden Hofstad. Ben Heilman. Wiley DeLorme. And Gage Meyer on the floor all the way down. And Hofstad trying to go for a shot as he went coast to coast and was fouled on the dribble drive. And that foul will be called on
8th team foul.
8th team foul, and it'll be on Ari Brotrud, his first. At the free throw line, Drew Hofstad for the first time this afternoon. He has 13 points. And still does. Misses the front end. Goes along with those 5 rebounds. And the free throw by the right-hander up and good. Gets 1 out of 2. He's got 14. 57-37. Carson Eggert in the backcourt to Jacobson. As we approach 4 minutes remaining. Into the front court, Eggert to Jacobson. Jacobson driving in, kicks it near corner, Sikora. Dribble drive, baseline left. Sikora, double team, far corner. Eggert for 3, off the rim. Rebound to Heilman. Heilman is 13th, into the front court. Eggert, Hofstad tried that. Circus shot, didn't get it to go. And then Bratrud grabbed it and was immediately fouled by Gage Meyer. That is number 1 on Gage. And that is team foul number 4 on Devils Lake here in the second half. 3:41 remaining. 57-37. 20-point lead for Devils Lake. Eggert now will bring the ball across. Left-hand dribble, far side, Sikora. Sikora, one dribble, lobbing it down low, intended for Bratrud. Stolen by Hayden Hofstad. Hofstad comes across the timeline for the Firebirds. Top of the key to Heilman. Heilman starting in the lane. Stop, little baby hook, good for Heilman. Heilman with 9, and a timeout taken by Devils Lake. 59-37, advantage to the Firebirds. 3:20 to go here in the second half. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander TV Network. Three minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in regulation. 59-37, Devils Lake with the lead. Coming up, our post game. We'll recap the scoring and let you know what is on the horizon here on the Highlander TV Network after a full day of basketball today. Again, last night, Highlander girls winning 86-47 against Fargo South. Highlander boys lost a tough one, 60-51 at Fargo South. Wrestlers split their 2 matches. They defeated Legacy 37-36 and lost 36-33 to Jamestown. Here's Jacobson, far side. Ball stripped, stolen. Hofstad starts up the floor. And they'll circle around and pull it out. Heilman, near side. DeLorme, 3-pointer on the way. Good. Wiley DeLorme knocks down the 3. He's got 11 and a timeout taken by Devils Lake. That's also the 8th assist by Ben Heilman. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left to go here in half number 2. 62-37. And the Highliners had an 8-0 run to start the second half, got within 30-26. But then a 13-2 run by Devils Lake. They opened up a 43-38 lead and have just kept on keeping on since then. Really, you could go all the way back and say it is 32-11 since the Highlanders got back within 4 at 30-26. So Devils Lake's up 62-37. Other games in the EDC today, Fargo Davies is at West Fargo Cheyenne. That'd be a dandy one. That's the top 2 teams in the conference. Cheyenne 12-1, Davies 11-2. And that game is at West Fargo. That got started the same time this did. And our final week is right around the corner. Monday, Grand Forks Central is at Davies. Tuesday, West Fargo is at Central. Devils Lake at North. Wabanon at Red River. South at Cheyenne. And again, Valley City will be hosting Shanley on Tuesday. 62-37. Valley City trailing with the basketball. Bratrud, top of the key, near side. Eggert inside Sikora. And a push from behind called against DeLorme. So Wiley DeLorme will pick up the personal foul. That is his first. 5th team foul. And with 2:42 to go here Inbounds to Brotrud. Gives it off to Eggert. Circles around. Three-pointer. Good. Off the bounce. Carson Eggert knocks down the three-pointer, and then the Highlanders are going to take a timeout. 62-40 with 2:37 left to go. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Nice down-court pass as Hofstad gets it to Gage Meyer. He gets the easy lay-in. 64-40. Bitts on the far side. Jacobson skip pass to Bernston. Bernston right of the lane. In the paint. Turn around. Baby hook with the left hand. Can't get that to go. Rebound Hofstad. Hofstad. Hayden gets it off to Drew. Well, Heilman still on the floor. He'll have that outside shot at least a double-double, maybe a triple-double. Unofficially. There's a foul called there on Adam Bitts. That is number 4 on Bitts. And the 19th foul. Drew Hofstad at the line. Will shoot 1 and 1. And he hits the first. 2 for 3 at the line. 15 points. Heilman, 9 points. 8 assists, 12 rebounds. Second free throw good by Hofstad. 66-40. 2 minutes remaining here in this one. Bitts across the timeline. Right hand hip high dribble. On the far side, Sikora. Sikora driving in. Sikora underneath. Kick pass up top of the key to Burchell. Burchell driving through the lane. His right hander. No, but a foul call. All the starters are in right now for Valley City.
That's his second personal.
And 3/5 of the starters are in for Devils Lake. So the free throw by Burchell is on the way. Good. Callahan now gets to double figures. He's got 10. And that is going to take the rest of the starters out of the lineup. Dylan Heinz checks in. Brady Goss, Bo Brodina, Tyler Goss, second free throw good for Burchell. He's got 11. Here's Brady Goss. So now it's the JV versus the varsity. Here's Aiden Bryce Volk back in. Here's Goss, top of the key to Bryce Volk. On the far side, Brodina. Now to Goss, 66-42. Devils Lake with the lead. Minute and a half to go. 10 on the shot clock. Goss goes back. Long three by Brodina, and he knocks it down. Long three-pointer by Bo Brodina. And it's 69-42. On the far side, Sikora. We're going to have a JV game here momentarily. Here's Burchell, puts his head down, drives in. Foul called on Brodina. So he'll pick up his first. As all 5 the JVers will come in. Reese Krewald, Tucker Orner, Talon Larson, Will Eggert, and Carson Eggert. But Talon Larson has to wait his turn. Burchell's at the line to shoot 2. 3 for 6 at the line here this afternoon for Burchell. Free throw. That was the 1-and-1 actually. Missed it. And Bryce Volk comes up with the rebound. 1 minute remaining. Bryce Volk here to the near side. Goes up top of the key, Brodina. Here to the near side, Goss. Goss, Tyler, over to Brady, pardon me. Brady starts in dribble drive against Orner. Stops, gets a man in the air. Turns around, kicks it back on the wing to Brodina. Brodina tried to go through, lost the ball. It's on the floor. We're going to get a scrum. We're going to get a jump ball. It'll be Highlander ball. And Talon Larson will get in with 43.8 seconds remaining. 69-42, Devils Lake with the lead. Highlander basketball. And Carson Eggert brings it across the logo. Left-hand dribble. On the far side to Orner. Back up top of the key to Krewald. Krewald here near side to the free throw line. Shot up, doesn't go for Eggert. Then the ball tipped off the hands of Larson, out of bounds, and it will be Devils Lake ball. Shot clock is off. So the Firebirds can dribble this one out if they so choose. Goss will bring it across. Brady double teamed as he gets across half court. Gets it to Tyler. Tyler up top, watched by Krewald, but not too closely. Far side, Bryce Volk. Near side, Brodina, and we've got a technical foul called underneath. This is going to be called against Heinz, I believe, as he was battling Talon Larson, and there was something being said by the two of them. Now the officials are having a conversation. That was a little shove as Larson was coming across the lane. Dylan Heinz just kind of did a little shove, so it'll be a personal foul.
Fouls on Dylan Hintz. This first personal.
Did he change it? Okay, thanks, Jaden. Jaden just said the official changed it to an intentional foul and not a technical. Technical foul was originally called, but then the officials discussed it and changed it to a intentional foul. So Will Eggert actually is at the free throw line. And Eggert gets the first one. Ron Nudell and Rob Marshall were discussing things in front of the Devils Lake bench. He got them both. 69-44. And then he went over and changed it to an intentional foul. Nice pickup, Jaden. Thank you, sir. So now Highlander ball, 69-44, 10 seconds remaining. Eggert comes across the timeline, right-hand dribble goes to the left hand. Top of the key, he'll stop, pop for three, swish.
Carson Eggert for three.
Carson Eggert knocks down his second three, and that is your final. 69-47 as Devils Lake wins it here this afternoon. And the Highlanders will fall to 0-12 in conference play and 0-13 overall. And Devils Lake will improve to 4-8 in the conference and 4-9 overall. We'll take a quick break, total things up. We'll be back with our post game here from the Hack. This is Highlander Basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Final score here in this one, Devils Lake wins at 69-47, keeping the Highlanders from the sweep today in their 3 games here at the Hack. Let's take a look at the scoring in this one. First for Valley City, as they were led today by Callahan Burchell with 11. Will Eggert finished with 9. 8 points from Zach Sikora, 6 from Ari Broughtroot, 6 from Carson Eggert, 4 from Andrew Bernston, and Adam Bitts with 3 points for the total of 47. They had 18 in the first half and 29 in the second half. And on the other side for Devils Lake, finishing with 4 players in double figures, 16 from Drew Hofstad, 13 from Parker Brodina, 11 from Wiley DeLorme, 10 from Oliver Worth, 9 points from Ben Heilman, 5 from Hayden Hofstad, 3 points from Bo Brodina, 2 points from Gage Meyer for their total of 69. They had 30 in the first half and 39 in the second half. Again, it was a run by Devils Lake in that first half that opened it up, an 18-9 run to open up that 12-point lead at the break. Valley City scored the first 8 points of the second half to get it to within 30-26, but then a 13-2 run by the Firebirds after that. opening it up a 43-28 lead, and they just kept expanding on that, winning by this 22-point margin. That was their biggest margin of here this afternoon as they win by 22 points. Let's take a look at some other numbers in this one. In the team numbers for Devils Lake, shooting 43%, 26 of 60. Highliners, 18 of 58, 31%. 11 of 29 from three-point land for the Firebirds. Valley City, 5 of 19, 26%. At the free throw line, 6 of 9 for Devils Lake for 67%, 6 of 12, 50% for Valley City. 44-25, big margin here in the rebounding department in favor of Devils Lake. 34 of those 44 came on the defensive end. Highlanders with just 4 offensive rebounds today. 22-15 in the assists in favor of Devils Lake. 10-4 in the steals. Each team with 11 turnovers here this afternoon in this one. So the final again, 69-47. The Highlanders now have Fargo Shanley coming here on Tuesday night. That'll be our next broadcast of Highlander basketball. Again, a reminder, earlier today, the freshmen defeated Fargo North 50-26, and junior varsity 60-51 winners over Devils Lake, and then 69-47 here, the varsity winning here this afternoon. Again, we'll have lots more basketball coming your way. And again, if you want to find out what we have and when we have it and on what channel you can find it, just go to highliners.org. And on that homepage, up at the top, underneath the picture of the school, you'll see the live button. You click on that. That'll take you to the Highliner Activity Network. And you just scroll down and you'll find what channel you want to watch and what you're looking for. And that will take you to Play Site. And again, you may have to set up an account. It is free of charge. But if you have not set up an account, you'll have to do that. If you have, that's how you can get to whatever sport you want to watch. And, of course, we would have archives of games past that you can watch again. My thanks again to Jaden Johnson, our technical director here throughout the day today on this triple header of basketball. Of course, as usual, our great sponsors, Dickey Rural Network, Essentia Health, and the Valley City Highlander Sports Boosters. Again, the final here for the varsity game, 69-47. Devils Lake with the win. Until next time, Paul McDonald saying thanks for joining us, and so long from the Hack.